Hello everybody, today is Saturday the 23rd of November, which marks the first day of my week off of work, where I have got absolutely zero plans apart from making all of the things and exploring different ideas that I've not been able to work on over the past few months. It's worked out quite well because my partner's away this week, which means I don't have plans with him, because if we were both off at the same time, we would have ended up doing something together. So having this time purely dedicated to making is amazing for me. I've not been able to do much making over the past few months, and I kind of struggle if I don't have a creative outlet. So looking forward to this week, and I thought it might be fun to kind of film a little chill crafty staycation vlog, but I am a bit worried about trying to make that interesting. It's a totally new format for me that I've not ever really explored. I've dabbled, but yeah, I don't want to make something boring. I wouldn't expect anyone to watch something that wasn't at least a little bit interesting. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. In typical fashion of me trying to make plans, there's been some heavy snow overnight. So where I stay, if it snows and you can't really leave. So yeah, I won't be going very far today, which is absolutely perfect. I'll be going down to my studio, which is in my garden, and I'm going to try get some of my Christmas yarn dyed up, and I'll take you along with me. So this is my garden. This is some like fence topper we had to put up to stop the dog escaping, but it's kind of turned into a nice kind of wintry garland. And this is my studio down there, and there's some more kind of dog fence. So it took a few hours, but I managed to get all of the yarn wound up to dye some self-striping. But unfortunately it is 4 o'clock, and if you can see out the window there, it's getting really dark really quick. So what that means is my entire garden is going to freeze over, and the stairs leading up to my house are going to become a death trap. So I was hoping to get some of this dyed today, but that'll just need to be a job for tomorrow. So I'm going to head on upstairs and get a project started for the evening. So the yarn is soaking in water overnight, and it's a little bit too early for me to make dinner. So I thought I'll sit down and watch some TV and work on a project. Obviously I've got plenty of projects on the go as it is, but I thought I'll just cast on something new. So I have this yarn here, which is just brilliant fun colours. I believe this was from Easy Knits. It's been in my stash for a long time. I don't have the ball band anymore. I don't even know if they're still dyeing. They kind of were, don't know. Who knows? But I've got this, and I thought it's cold as balls outside, and picking the dog up tomorrow, so I'll be going back to walking the dog. And because I'm off this week, I'm going to be taking her for some longer walks, like 2-3 hour walks. So I thought I would make myself some mitts, some like mittens. I did knit a pair of gloves once before in the past, and it was honestly one of the most painful and most boring experiences of my life. It started off fine, but then, you know, after you've knit one finger, and you realise you have to do that 9 more times, it's soul destroying. And plus I don't really like having like gloves on and not being able to move my fingers. So I thought a pair of fingerless mittens with this really cute yarn. It's so soft and squishy, and because it is like a chunky, bulky yarn, I think it'll be really nice and warm for those dog walks. I don't have a pattern in mind. I've got some 5mm needles here. I'm just going to go with it and see what happens. See if I like the fabric. The only thing I have a vague idea how I'm going to do the thumb, because I do want to have like some thumb rather than just having a hole. I've done it before, but it's been a while. I'll figure it out. So yeah, let's see how I get. So I've worked up a little bit of the mitts and I'm not loving the fabric that I'm getting. It's a little bit too open. I would like something a little bit denser. I'm using 5mm needles, and I used 32 stitches. Yeah, and these, it feels slightly loose on my, when I put them over my wrist. So I think going down 0.5 millimeter, and I'll keep the stitch count the same. I won't increase the stitches. It's not a super thin fabric, but I would just like something just a little bit denser. Don't know if you can even see, but yeah. I'm gonna see if I've got 4.5mm needles. I don't know if 4mm would be too tight a gauge. I don't know. I'll try 4.5 and see how I like it. So I've knit a bit more with the 4.5mm needles, and I'm a lot happier with the fabric. It's definitely a bit tighter, but it's not too tight that it's like stiff. I think they'll still be quite comfortable to wear. And I've kind of tried it on my wrist, and it fits absolutely fine. Obviously, it's a tiny amount, but yeah. So far, I'm really happy with it. I think the colours are great. And because this is a single yarn, I don't know, colours like this just look great on like a big, thick, squishy single yarn. I don't use chunky yarn very often. I don't even use double knit very often. I tend to just constantly use 4-ply, so it's really fun spending like 15 minutes, you know, and getting something like this. Pretty cool. So I'm going to continue on with these, and I'm going to tidy up the house a little bit, and then I have a call with my international virtual knit nights, my kind of online knitting group. So I'm going to jump in on that for the rest of the evening, and then I'll check back in tomorrow. Night night. So it is Sunday the 24th of November. Today's the day that I picked the dog up from doggy daycare, so I don't have too much time this morning. So I'm gonna jump down to the studio and get started on dyeing the Christmas yarn. But I did get one of the mitts finished off last night. Still ends to be sewn in and whatever, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. The fabric, I'm a lot happier with the fabric since I went down a needle size. It's a good bit denser, but I think they look great. The colours are super fun, and I'm sure they're going to do a good job of keeping my hands warm whilst I'm walking the dog. Now that the weather has turned. All of the snow has cleared, which is nice. So I don't need to worry about falling down the stairs whilst I go to the studio, which is a nice treat. So I've got a couple things around the house I need to do, but I'm preheating the studio as we speak. Please excuse one of the many piles of crap. But yeah, I'm going to go get started on dyeing in a couple minutes once I tidy the living room up and just remove all the things that the dog likes to steal if she can get a hold of it. So that's the dye, exhausted, nice and clear. And the colour that I got, I did have to add a bit more dye, but I'm happy with it now. It's nice and saturated. So I'm going to let this cool down for a little bit and then get on to the next colour. So the yarn is in the black dye bath. I've got it on low and I've set a timer for 30 minutes. It's coming to about the time that I need to start getting ready to go and pick up Juno the dog, but I've still not had anything to eat, so I'm going to leave this yarn to cook a little bit. I'm going to go find something to eat in this house. There's not much left. So just got back from collecting the dog from doggy daycare. Hello Juno. Oh, okay. She's camera shy. Uh-oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Yes, hello. Yes, hello. I'm gonna try and finish my coffee, and then I'm gonna go back down to the studio and get the Christmas yarn finished off. I've got the red dye pan on the go. I'm gonna slowly bring this up to heat. Red's kind of a difficult one, just to get the right level of saturation, but it's also so slow to exhaust. So I'm going to slowly bring this up to heat, but I'm probably going to leave this overnight to cool down. But yeah. So it's all come up to temperature. The dye hasn't quite exhausted yet, but I always find this with red, I really need to let it kind of exhaust overnight. But I'm going for like a deep winey red. It's coming up a little bit brighter on screen, but it's quite a dark, plummy, winey kind of colour. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to let that cool down overnight, and then tomorrow I can get it washed and get it hung up to dry. So I've ordered some food for my dinner. I couldn't be bothered cooking. So whilst I wait for that... Oh, Juno's getting sleepy and she's rolling around. But yeah, I'm going to cast on the second mitt and just wait for my dinner to arrive. But in the meantime, I am just catching up with Gemma's latest podcast episode, the Midnight Diary. No, she's not the Midnight Diary anymore. I think she's just Gemma Mills now, the Devon Diary. Oh, that's terrible. I know she's kind of transitioning from the Midnight Diary. I think her YouTube channel is just Gemma Mills now. I'll tag it because I can't remember. But yeah, so we're just gonna... What is she doing? Yeah, this is what we're gonna do for the time being. After I've had my dinner, I might do some baking. I've got a sourdough starter that should be ready to go. I did attempt to make some sourdough bread last week, and it came out okay. It tasted really, really good, but just the actual bake itself wasn't great. It was a little bit dense, a little bit doughy, but the flavour was there. So gonna try that again. And then I might bake some scones. I've got clotted cream and I've got jam in, so I figure I might as well make some scones to go with that. So my dinner just arrived and I thought I would just show what my diet is like. So this is, if you're not from Scotland, but specifically Glasgow, this is a pizza crunch. So it's half a pizza that's been dipped in batter and then deep fried, and then all smothered with salt and vinegar. This is one of my favourite foods in the world, and it's absolutely awful, but yeah, yay me. For the rest of this evening, I'm going to keep going with my mitten thing, mitts. And then I've got a Zoom call with my queer stitching group. So I'm going to log on to that for a while. And then I'll check back in tomorrow morning. Juno's still a sleepy girl. It's so nice.
Good morning. It is Monday the 25th of November. It's like day 3 and I'm losing track already. But I never got the second mitt finished last night, but I think I've got like 3 rows to do up here and then I just need to pick up and knit the thumb. So before I do anything today, I'm going to finish this off. Then I can have a matching pair. Obviously ends still need woven in on this one and the same will be true for this, but again that will take a couple minutes I believe. I've been kind of fighting a cold the past few days. I could kind of feel like my throat was getting a little bit sore, but I was like, oh, I'll just have 17 cups of tea and it'll go away. And it kind of did, but I've woken up today and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I've got another cold starting. I feel like every month this year I've had something. I've had some sort of plague. But yeah, I'm hoping it doesn't progress and become like a full-on cold because I really can't be bothered having yet another cold. But yeah, I'm going to get this finished off and then the yarn down in the studio should be good to go. So I'll get that washed, get it hung up so it can dry. But yeah, don't know where the dog is just now. I let her out the back door and she's just not come back, so we shall see. So I just finished up washing the yarn. I'm about to take it down to the studio to hang it up so it can dry, but the doorbell just rang and it was a parcel for me, and I'm like, I don't think I've ordered anything, like I'm not expecting anything. But I opened it up and it's from Eva, the director of the Scottish Yarn Festival.
She sent me this lovely tote bag. I didn't get to go to the yarn festival this year, and I was really, really gutted because it was in a new venue, so and they were kind of changing things up a little bit, so I really feel like I missed out. But so Eva really, really kindly sent me this, and on the inside, I think, is that upside down? Yeah, it's upside down. I can't read. It's a yarn advent calendar with like scraps. Eva knows I love a scrappy project, and the crochet one that I'm working on just now, I am running low on scraps. So she really, really kindly sent me this. And it was so lovely. Like, she didn't even tell me that she was sending it. It was just a really wonderful surprise. It really, really cheered me up. Thank you, Eva. Yeah, that was lovely. Yeah, I feel a little bit emotional. Yeah, I'm going to go hang up the yarn, and then I think it's time to take a certain someone for a walk. Thankfully, she doesn't really respond to the word walk or park or anything yet, but if I dare touch my coat, she knows what's going on. Hiya! So I'm gonna finish off the shawl that I wove recently. It's all woven, but I just need to do the finishing touches. So before I do anything, I want to sort out the fringe. As you can see, it's all raggedy. So I want to get that cut to size, and I'm gonna twist it into knotted fringes. But before I do that, I need to kind of straighten this out because it's all very, you know, when it's been tied to the loom, it's all very kind of buckled up. So I'm going to need to weigh it down first, and then I'm going to try and steam it. So I finally got all of the fringes twisted and tied. That took an excruciating length of time, but it finishes it off really, really nicely. It's worth the time it takes, but yeah, one of these days I am going to need to invest in one of the fringe twisting tools. So now that that's done, I can go ahead and I can wash the fabric. And the thing with woven fabrics is once you wash it, it's because just now it's like, you know, threads that are kind of going under over each other. But once you wash it, they kind of homogenize and become like a unified fabric. And once that's done, I can trim all of the ends, of which there is plenty. But I wouldn't trim them before I wash it, because I do want it to felt a little bit so that it's a bit more secure. And that way when I trim those ends, it's not gonna kind of come loose and create gaps in the fabric, which I definitely do not want. So the scarf, I put it through the washing machine just on a spin. So that's now hung up, just finishing drying off. But it's been a busy day for post. So first I got the advent calendar, and then this showed up, which I forgot I ordered, which is just some dye-on black dye. I've got a bunch of clothes, obviously black, that are kind of fading a little bit, so I'm gonna try and dye them and just kind of get a bit more wear out of them. But then I had another order arrive that I again forgot about, which was a plant delivery. Let's see if I can hold both up. No, I can't hold both up at the same time. So yeah, there's some baby plants. This is a philodendron Florida ghost. I've wanted one of these for years. It's very young, but you can already see the patterning in the leaf shape starting to emerge. And this one, which is an Anthurium microspadix. It's not one, I hadn't heard about it before, but it was in a Black Friday sale thing, and it just looked quite interesting. I don't have a huge experience with Anthurium, so yeah, I'm excited. I'll not do anything with them tonight. I'll pot them up tomorrow, I think, because I've got something else that needs potted up. And I have dog hair in my beard. Yeah, I've got another plant that needs repotted, and I might do that tomorrow. Good morning. Today is Wednesday the 27th. Yesterday kind of just didn't happen. There was a bit of a situation with my grandmother first thing in the morning, so I had to drop everything and go and make sure she was okay, which she was, but it kind of just threw a spanner in the works for the day. So I never filmed anything because I didn't really get anything crafty done. So I'm going to try and make up for it today, but before I do anything, I'm going to take this little nosy creature for a big walk around the park that's not too far from me. It's a nice day today. It's cold, but it's bright, the sun's out, and it's dry, which is the most important factor. So we're going to take her for a nice long walk, and hopefully get her to chill out a bit today, because I've got a lot that I want to get done. I'm making good progress on my sweater. It may look like a hot mess just now, but it is going well. I'm just about ready to start decreasing on the back for the sleeves. Um, but something newer and shinier has cropped along, which is this 3D printed bookmark loom. It's just finished printing, and this is the second version I've printed of it. I'm still learning to design 3D files, but this one I think is going to be a lot more fit for purpose than the first one. So I'm going to go ahead and get this set up and make a bookmark. Good morning. It's Thursday. My partner's should be home tonight, I believe. So I've got quite a few things that I'm wanting to get finished up today because we're going to be busy once he's back. We've got a few things on. So I'm just going to try and accomplish as much as I can today. This morning, I must have had my morning coffee. I've just been working a little bit more on the officer sweater, which is still coming along nicely. I've not made huge progress on it, but it's getting there. The clothes that I dyed in the washing machine last night, they're definitely darker. They're not black. Well, they're not black. So this t-shirt isn't even super, like, this has faded slightly. It's not as black as it was, but it's, for the most part, that's black. And then when you see this against it, this is definitely not black, is it? It's definitely a lot darker than it was. But my idea for this jacket was I want to decorate it, I want to embroider it and, add different pins and stuff. And it's all like, all the things that I already own that I want to put on it are quite bright. And all of the things I want to embroider is going to be using quite bright colours. And I just kind of thought, because it was a dark grey before, and I just thought it would look nicer with like a black fabric background with the brights. I thought that would look nicer. And although this isn't black, it's a lot darker than it was. And I would prefer it to be darker, but not enough to, dye it again. I'm happy enough with this. It's fine, it'll do the job. So I also need to get this scarf. It washed up beautifully, and it felted down quite nicely. So it went from 290 centimetres in length to about 240, which is about round about how much I thought it would shrink down. It's trimmed, it's shrank in a little bit as well, but not much. I didn't actually measure it before and after, but it's not, I'm happy, I'm perfectly happy with how it's felted down. Got what I wanted, but now that it's been washed and felted, I can trim all of these ends, and I'm going to get that done today before my partner comes home, because this is destined to become a Christmas present for him. He doesn't know that this is for him, but like it's not exactly a secret either. A loom isn't the most discreet object to have in your house. So yeah, I'm going to get started on this and just try and tidy up as many projects as I can today. So I managed to get both of my Christmas yarns finished off. This one is a big gay Christmas tree, and it's the 6 classic pride colours, but with like teal in between for the Christmas tree. I've still not actually snagged one of these for myself. I might have to this year, but I snag a lot of my own yarn and don't have much time to knit it up, so maybe I shouldn't. And then this one is Santa's Boudoir. I've got a couple more of these to wind, but I'll maybe work on that this afternoon. The sun is starting to go down, so I was quite keen to wrap this all up. Which being said, I'm going to end this vlog here. If you've managed to get this far in, thank you so much for watching. I hope it was interesting to watch and enjoyable. It's a totally new format for me, but I did actually enjoy the process of making it. I've been editing the videos as I go along, so I kind of changed direction a little bit halfway through the week when I felt like what I was filming at the start wasn't super interesting and I cut a hell of a lot out. But yeah, if you did enjoy it, please let me know. But whilst I was filming this, I did make, I managed to make 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is a huge milestone. Did not think I would, well, I didn't really think I would ever get to 1,000, but I didn't think I would get to 1,000 this quickly. I've only kind of started making these videos about a year ago. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with that. But with that being, you know, the size of a milestone that it is, I think I need to do something a little bit special to mark the occasion. So I would love to know any ideas you have. If you drop a comment or message me, whatever, any cool ideas that you've got for how I could celebrate reaching 1,000 subscribers. And there may be a giveaway as well. But yeah, definitely let me know. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you next time. Bye bye.